Hello, yes, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, and today we're having a look at an absolute game changer. We're looking at virtual Regatta on the desktop computer. You can also get it on your telephone or your tablet, but I'm just using it on the desktop computer. So I'm just going to give you a quick look around and then we're going to get out there and race. I've had a few goes on this and I'm in danger of being hooked. This is really, really good. All right, so let's crack on. So we've just gone to the website, virtualregatta.com. You don't have to download anything. So we're going inshore because that's what we do. I haven't even tried offshore, so just going to select inshore there and off we go. And now we're just waiting for this little spinning wheel to finish spinning. And when it does, we should be able to go full screen. There we are, full screen. And we are looking at getting in. Yeah, this has been so good. It gives you the feeling of actually being on the race course. We don't need that promo. We're not spending any money. I'm already logged in, but if you're just having a go on this for the first time, it's worth logging in so you can keep your results, but you can play as a guest as well. If you're playing as a guest, I think you can only do certain of the classes. There's a few on offer at the moment. We've got some Nacra 17 racing, and then the scrolling is kind of backwards to what you're used to, if you're used to it the other way. And then we've got some 49er racing, and then this thing, a paddlefish championship, which is like some sort of sports keel boat, and then these where the challenge is finished. But I'm under the impression these challenges finish from time to time. Before you can do anything, you need to do a bit of training. I've done the training, but it'll automatically take you to the training, and then you get some credits, these credits here, which then means you can go into a race. But I think you can also customize your boat with some different colors, but I think you're all very clever people and you can have a poke about on your own. So let's get on the Nacra 17. So here is the course that we're going to be sailing. We're going from the start line up to a windward mark with a spreader mark, much like in the tornado racing actually, and then downwind through a gate where we could go either way through that gate, then back up and then down for the finish. 2 laps, Nacra 17, minimum race is 6. We're going to Cagliari, Italy to have a look. So I think we should steam straight in. With these things, it gives you some helpers. The one that I find the most helpful is Best VMG, where you just press the B key on your keyboard and it automatically puts you at the most efficient angle. But we haven't got any tokens and we haven't got that. So unfortunately, we're going to be having to do that ourselves on this one. But it is telling us the ley lines. We're getting that for free and the time to the start line. When you go in the first time, it gives you everything. And then as you do more races, it takes things away. But then you get credits for finishing the races. So shall we steam in? I say yes. We're using the cursors to steer. I think when we come on here, cursors to steer. Here's a little overview of the race course. Very handy with the wind. The wind isn't even over the whole course. And it has pressing the space bar and holding it down stops your boat. Very handy. So we're looking at the start line here. There's boats flying around everywhere, but there's a minute to go before the start. I'm just going to put in a few tacks there, and after this tack I'm just going to hit the space bar to park the boat. Then the number above the sail there, that is saying how long it will take us to get to the start line. We've got 40 seconds to go. Let's be pretty cool here and not go anywhere just yet. I can't actually see any other boats on the course. Oh yeah, they're all coming in from behind. 26 seconds. It's pretty windy, I think. What have we got? 18 knots of wind. Let's just come up towards the start line a little bit here. Now these windsocks, you see, just to the right of the boat, we're looking to get that green. If it's green, it means that we're hitting the VMG. Right, 5 seconds to go. Let's rev her up a bit. And the VMG is green at the moment, so we're looking good. So we're off. And on the left here, you can see Joyrider TV has just slipped into second. Oh, man. Third. What's going wrong? Oh, we've just missed it, not hitting the VMG quite as well. Yes, we're sitting in fourth there. Albatross is definitely steamrolling this one. The guy behind us, who was at Tiger Ked, he's just tacked off. So if we press T, we will tack. So I think we're going quite out on our own there. Let's not do that. And then this beam from the heavens, that's the mark that we're going for. So off we go, and we can see the gusts coming down. So we're currently sitting in fifth. We're coming up on port tack, as you would expect, coming up this way. We're in fourth now. We've got a little map in the corner showing us what's going on. The space bar will slow us down. Let's not hit that. Oh my goodness, we're quite a way behind already. There's Albatross. He is saying something dirty to the other competitors. We're in fifth. So it's could get a bit hectic up here as we're coming in. Let's just see if we can bring that up a smidge. There's that green boat. Oh, and Blackie's tacked off. And we go for our tack here by pressing the T button. T button was not particularly responsive. Oh my goodness. There's the next mark. There's the spreader mark. Very careful not to crash here. Tab puts the spinnaker up. Kite is up. And then let's arc it up. Matching those windsocks to get the VMG. Where are we now? Seventh. Get off. Oh man, that was because of that bad tack. So between these lines, this is our lay line. So T for the tack, which is actually a jibe. And of course, everybody coming down is going to be on starboard tack, meaning this could get a bit hectic. What are we doing? 21 knots. We'll drop the kite reasonably early. Oh dear, what's going to happen here? Yeah, let's get the kite down there. And then we come round. Kite is already down. Better mark round it. Oh, spooned it a little bit there. And we just need to match those windsocks just a little bit high. This is how valuable having the VMG cheat engaged. You just press B and immediately your boat is going as well as it can go. Matt just hit us, I think. So he's got to do a 360. We're just off a little bit on the VMG. We are looking like we're almost dead last, but it's early days. There's a gust coming down. Let's tack there. And we're hitting the VMG there nicely. Quite a windy race here in Italy. Boats flying around everywhere. Oh, the top boat, the British boat of Iswiz, has done something wrong. He's got to do a penalty. Just says that in the results department there. Let's see what we can do around the mark. So I'm going to use the cursors to tack. You've got a bit more control there rather than using the let's tack button. Whoa, out of control steering. And we're coming down. Have we taken anyone? No. Shame. Coming down. Let's see if we can get on the inside of yellow there. Oh no, he's looking dangerous. Kite is up, we press the tab button and we're just going to arc it up for the VMG. Quite sensitive on the cursors, I have found. Only 17 knots of boat speed. Wind's dropped off a bit. So we'll tack as soon as we get inside, jibe, sorry, as soon as we get inside there. Maybe we can take out GPE 11 before the finish. So we're coming up to the finish line now. This is so exciting. This just makes me want to... Yes, we've got into 7th, so it says. I might just try pinging it down a little bit deeper. Someone's coming across. Oh, he's jibed. Oh, man, if we hadn't done that wiggle there, we might have got him. He's jibed again. 8th. And there's the triumphant cry of, you finished 8th. And the only guy you beat didn't finish. Oh, my goodness. You do get some people who are pretty decent on here. And we're racing against real people around the world, which is really exciting. Now, this can, it says, this is a can with more credits that should allow us to get more cheats engaged for the next race. So there we are. Here's the results, and we didn't feature. We're not even in the ranking. Best start, Joyrider TV, and then it all went downhill from there. Here's the stats. Not really that interesting. And here's what happened. There we are. Joyrider TV started in first and then immediately spooned all the way down to 8th, which is where we kind of stayed. Very interesting with the rankings there. But I would strongly recommend, if you really want to give up on life, get involved with this, because I found it quite consuming. And once you get stuck into this, it is pretty addictive. And definitely set up your own logins for it. And then what you could do, here's an idea. If you create your login, like I've got mine as Joyrider TV, as your handle that you use on YouTube, then if you happen to be racing against other regular contributors on the Joyrider TV channel, you'll recognise them out there on the race course. And in fact, you could even use the community tab on the YouTube channel to get in touch with other people and say, I'm going on virtual regatta now. Anybody fancy getting involved? I think I don't see why that shouldn't work. Okay, so here's what we just won down here. It says open. Let's open. And what did we get? We won a green one. Yes, we got a green one. That should be enough to get us that automatic VMG feature in the next race. Okay, so there we go. That is a quick look at virtual regatta. And in fact, let's go again back to Cagliari, Italy with the Nacra 17. And we are definitely getting the best VMG. But if you haven't raced before, this is a really good way of getting your legs for going around a race course. It just really gives you a good insight of what it's like and how hectic it can be at the marks in this sort of race. So slamming the brakes on with the space bar immediately. We've got some instructions at the bottom for how to control the ship. Of course, if we infringe a rule, if we hit another boat, then we have to do a 360. If we're over the start line, then we have to dip back out under. There's no round the ends rule at the moment. Maybe that will come at a later time. So the best VMG button is just to hit B. So we've got 50 seconds. I'm expecting our boat is going to just drift to leeward slightly, which should give us quite a good spot. That looks like, is that a Spanish boat just revving up? Whoa, he's coming in hot, the German guys. Whoa, there's boats flying around everywhere. Got to be really careful not to infringe a rule, because if you do, very quickly, your race can be pretty disastrous. So 22 seconds to go. I'll close that little thing at the top of the screen. Whoa, there are boats flying in. 13 seconds. Very careful not to be crossing the line early. I've done that enough times, pretty much every other time. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hitting B for the VMG, and we're off. And I'll close that just there. So I've hit B. That means the boat is automatically going to go at the best possible angle for these conditions. 14.5 knots upwind. I think you'll find that is the beans being sent. We're just checking the map in the corner. I'm thinking I'm going to bang it all the way left and then come in to the windward mark, maybe 5 boat lengths away from the windward mark. Oh, Bluey's having to do a hell of a manoeuvre there. So using the up and down cursors, we can zoom in or out. I think we need to tack actually, so I'm going to tack there and hope that we're not going to get in anybody's face. Oh, drop down to 5th already. There is another cheat that tells you where the wind is best on the race course, and we haven't got that engaged, which might be why everybody who's gone the other way has done better than us. But that, of course, is just an excuse. So here we go. There's some guys coming down on starboard. I'm just going to dip this guy and then hitting B to come back up. And we're down in 8th already. This is as hard as I'm making it look somehow. So we're just looking for the ley line. Just getting a bit of a lift there. Coming in. Going to bang it round there through the tack. Should have looked before we tacked. We've tacked too early. Okay, this is a small disaster, but we're not doing very well. Let's tack again there. We couldn't really look very well. Let's tack again there. Oh no, we got a penalty. Well, this is valuable experience. So we're just going to do a 360 there. The manoeuvring of this Nacra 17 is hot. Once again, so going round the mark, we're going to put the kite up first and then press B to get that VMG working again. What I found is if you try to get the VMG working before you've got the kite up, then it kind of puts you back upwind and then downwind once the kite is up. So something to be aware of there. Now we haven't got our ley lines enabled, so I'm just going to jibe there to be on the safe side. Oh, we have gone a bit late, so I'm just going to arc it up a bit more, and we're going to hit some pretty fierce boat speed here. And we're going to go up the right-hand side on the second beat, because it did seem that the guys doing that on the first lap really got away. Dropping the kite, going around the mark, hitting B for the VMG. We've steamed it pretty well out of there. So we've taken out Melon's Italy 1, which pleases me a lot. Coming up to the ley line already, so it seems. But I think we're going to get knocked on our way across. Might just tack there. It's fairly difficult to have a good look around. Let's try zooming out and see how that looks. That's as much as we can zoom out. 30 knots of breeze now on the race course. This is hefty. Zooming back in. Alright, I'm so excited right now. Just wondering when I'm going to be able to turn this off because it is so exciting. So once again we're in last place. Not going so well. You'd hope that Joyrider TV was going to do better than this on the race course. So we'll just ping in attack there. And we'll just tack in behind number 10. Oh, we're going to have to pinch a little bit to get around the mark. Just trying to carry the speed around. Off to the spreader mark. Ready to put the kite up. Oh, that other guy, he spooned his hoist. So there we go. We might gain a position against Kite Danny. There. I don't know, maybe. If we can keep the beans going. We're doing 23 knots. Coming up to 24 knots. That is really cooking the goose on this downwind leg. Let's go for a jibe there to be safe. We're coming up to the finish line. And we're coming in hot. Just teasing it up. So it's just Kite Danny we're chasing. We've got more speed than him. Can't really see where the boy is. It's right behind the boat. And as you might have expected, we didn't do anything there. Triumphant fanfare let's drop the kite. We can't do that because we finished. 8th again. Must try harder in the Nacra class there. Let's look at the stats. Yeah, we weren't there. Kite Danny. Who got the best max speed? That was us because we overcooked it twice on that downwind ley line. And very exciting time. So we started off well, dropped down, and the only boat we beat was disqualified. So there we go. I hope that has given you an idea of something interesting to do. I even had my little boy who's 6 years old playing this earlier, and let's say he wasn't nailing it exactly, but he was getting the hang of it, and he certainly knows what a spinnaker is now, and he knows his way around a race course, which is really valuable. So there you go. I should get involved, and once I get a bit better at this, I'll do another video. But right now, I would say I'm not particularly gifted at this time. There we are. All right, we'll see you later with some more. Thanks very much for watching, and exciting times are here again. Virtual Regatta. I'll put the website address in the description below, and then you can get involved, and there will never be a dull moment ever again. Thank you very much.